episode of the all new and different C-list villains show slash podcast. We are your hosts, Eman to my right, my left, and then me, Red, right here, and
Well, wait, right here.
yeah, right there.
Red's right here.
And so, yes, we are your hosts for the evening. Luke will join us in a bit. AJ is having a bit of a car trouble, so he's fixing that. So yeah, let's get this show started. How are you? Oh, let's
High five, high five, high five, high five, there, high five.
There
I do. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Monkey pop, monkey pop,
Monkey paw.
yeah, monkey pop.
Introduce our friends to our
For
friends.
the greater good.
Greater good. Introduce the Perspire way to our listeners.
Yes. Our karaoke gang,
Yeah.
our boy band that's still ongoing, even though we can't really sing a tune, but we try.
One of these nights, man, I'm telling you, one of these nights, I think like we should host like a Perspire karaoke night here on the channel. Just say, hey,
No, your channel.
we can do it on my channel too. Like we can totally do it. You know, we can.
I don't think AJ would be down to put our brand in that situation.
I don't think it'll be put in a bad situation. I think
I
it'll
know it's
be
not a bad
fantastic.
I say it's a fantastic idea, but
I think it'll be a freaking great idea.
It's a committee vote for that one.
Let me see. Hold on. We're gonna do this.
Try right now. You want to try?
He's gonna be mad. You
want to warm up your vocals?
Let's see. Ooh yeah.
Bumblebee. Who we got watching us? I can't see who is here.
I don't know.
Well, at least somebody's on YouTube watching.
So hi, one person on YouTube watching.
All right, hey, so go and type on the chat and say who you are. And so, here we are again, and we're gonna do something. Oh,
hold on, does it work? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
I hear it.
You can hear it?
You know we're gonna get dinged on this.
Are we?
I don't know.
2, 1, go. I've been watching you for so very long, trying to get my nerve built up to be so strong. AJ's gonna be like, God damn it, you two
Assholes.
Why do you have to do that?
Oh, it's all right. I like it. I like the idea.
I like the idea too. I like it.
Just like the idea of our story time. Cast the C-list villains.
We still got to do that. We still got to do more cast the C-list and start reading comics online. You know, just bust out and read like 3 or 4 pages. Ooh, what's happening now? Dun, dun,
you
dun.
got a taste of it at the Jay and Silent Bob show, and
it'll work.
It's not like they stole my idea. It's an actual stolen idea from like old radio bits.
I mean, look. Just grab a comic, right? Just grab a comic like this one right here. I have just a random comic that I picked up. The Manhattan Project, right here, number 24. This is one of Jonathan Hickman's comics that I ended up picking a while back. Like
Chop and drop. What's up?
What's going on? That's my boy Chop, dude. My boy Chop. Chop is awesome, man. I freaking love Chop and Drop, man. He's like so full of positiveness. Anytime he comes on, look at what craziness we're gonna have going on tonight. He almost, I don't know if you caught the karaoke.
Yeah, we're actually sober.
Man, see, we do got to do that though, Red. We got to do the cast the C list one of these nights. We really have to just pick up a comic, any comic. And just read it.
What book do you have right now?
I don't know, man. Shoot, what do you have right now?
Let me find something.
I don't know.
I just lost them. Or did just disappear? What's up, Chop? I guess we're waiting on Eman to come back, unless he got booted out by himself.
I kicked myself out again.
Good job. It's that fat thumb.
It is.
Fat thumb. He's right there.
I don't think we'll have like the same comics, man, but I think we should invest into like getting something together.
Okay, what's the stuff you gave me here? The Amazonia #1.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
All right, do you have it around?
I don't have it though. I don't have it. I gave you like the one copy that I had. But I mean, wouldn't it be cool though? Like, let us know. Chop, let us know. Wouldn't it be cool if we just went and started reading comics online?
Well, it also kind of stemmed from the idea of like hearing the dearly departed Gilbert Gottfried read 50 Shades of Grey.
Dude, in his voice too. Axes open fire. Don't make me get off this horse.
As he ran down his fingers to Mechatoris.
I'll kill you for what you've done. I'll see your people burn. Like, just randomly read comics online. They've returned. Victorious again. Incredible, did you say? Sinjid, he's so handsome. They cut the arrows right out of the air. He shot his ear off at 200 yards. Just randomly read comics just for no reason. No agenda.
Well, we didn't plan this out right, so we'll just skip that reading.
Well, we're gonna do the reading one of these days. We're definitely gonna do the reading one of these. Look, Eman just went ghost mode. Good job. And now he's back. Eman is a magician. Voila. Oh man, this is almost like Old Wolf's channel. It's just a train wreck after a train wreck, man.
Not even the train wreck. It's just that we're unprepared.
Yeah, it's all right though. Sometimes like just freeballing it, man. That's all you got to do. Sometimes just freeball it.
Let's how was your the Gallows Man comic if I can find it?
Oh, dude, that's right. Oh no, you know what? I got the PDF somewhere. So how was your week, man? How was the weekend for you, Red?
Looks good, dude. Looks good. Just starting out. Hey, there he is.
There's our boy Luke.
Check your audio. Say hi.
How's it going?
There it is. Look, chop. I do think a read and chill live would be pretty cool. Just a bunch of friends all in one stream reading what they enjoy.
Yes.
Dude. Okay, so I think Luke should be Peter Parker. I want Red to be Rhino. I'll be Mary Jane.
Are we fan casting Spider-Man?
Why can't I be like J. Jonah Jameson?
No, because that's AJ. AJ would have to be J. Jonah Jameson. Oh my god, what's going on, Luke? How you doing? Are you okay?
Real good.
Is everything all right?
No.
Taekwondo.
Rex Kwando, forget about it. Break the wrist, walk away. Break the wrist, walk away. So Luke, it looks like you survived the weekend. Is your football feelings okay, brother? You all right?
Hey, we called it. I mean, I think we actually were pretty close. The Niners actually pulled away.
Yeah, that was if it was determined by the first half, then yeah, that you guys won out that half.
I think we were within a point though of Seattle's score. Hey man, we had a good season though. I thought we were just gonna be toast. And Gino, he got some kind of record. Like he led the league in something.
Well, he surpassed Russell Wilson's record.
For what?
I forgot what it was, but he
like passing accuracy or like
okay.
I think he might have been the league's most accurate passer.
Oh,
which was shocking.
Very good.
They're supposed to be on a lot of rebuilds this season, and then actually you're just a few pieces behind it, having a really decent season for next season.
I know Gino was like,
he was good. Gino's good enough. Gino was good enough. Remember, he was a first rounder at one time, and he was good enough then. And then he just didn't do good. What with the Jets? Yeah, it just all goes down to coaching, you guys.
He needed to grow up.
Jets where players go to die.
Well, hold on, man. There's I believe that the Jets would pull away in the next like 2 to 3 years. They're going to be contenders. I really do.
No, they're not.
2 to 3 years.
That's a lie.
Keep it 3.
No, they're not.
I'm trying my best.
Giants, maybe. I'm gonna give the Giants a maybe.
Because I'm trying to give Robert Saleh his due. He's the one that helped build
Oh, he's
our
just a
defense.
defensive
What's going on, Miss Joe? So, Miss Joe. Why did I call her Miss Joe? What's up, Miss So? My friend. Our friend.
Oh, Forticia So.
No, it
So-
was great. Seeing Brady get his butt whooped was so satisfying.
That was
it just
nice.
felt like my body
That was
being
nice.
poured in honey.
So we're talking sports ball for everyone out there.
Well,
Right now we're doing sports ball talk.
He
here
looked like a
live.
45-year-old man trying to sling a ball. And
Dude, he at one
Dude.
point he had a wide open guy and he threw the ball and it just went thump
Down.
right
Yeah.
into the.
Yeah.
I was like,
I-
ooh.
I sent a text to the friends. I was like, what the shit is Brady doing? What's he throwing at?
well, a lot of the offense had to go through him. They didn't have a running game at all. Zero.
No, 0.
No,
Nothing.
no
Nothing.
running.
So here's the thing. Like this weekend's huge, especially for our Niners, right? Going up against the Cowboys. And yes, we all make fun of the Cowboys and whatnot, but they are solid. And I actually knew that they were going to make it into the playoffs this year, but I didn't think that we were going to be as high ranked as we were. So this is going to be Brock Purdy's very first, I'm going to say, challenge. This is the biggest team he's ever had to face. And
Yeah.
with Kyle Shanahan, dyslexia, dyslexia right there, boy. Kyle Shanahan.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Kyle Shanahan's play calling, Brock Purdy's ability. I mean, like, we have the weapons. The Niners have the weapons, and the Cowboys have weapons. But the question is our defense better than their offense? And then vice versa, is their defense better than our offense? Luke, what do you think?
Oh, that was an insane game by the Cowboys. I mean, it all went through Dak. It's I don't know.
He was just mad at all the fraud memes that he was seeing online the whole week.
He went Super Saiyan. It was. I'm gonna see if he can replicate that.
Yeah, I mean the Raiders quarterback, I forgot his name, but he torched the Niners.
Sternum,
Deadfield or something.
Yeah, he figured something out. He definitely figured something out for sure. So
They can do that. We're in trouble.
All right, let's get out of this sports ball talk. There's a lot of people that want to know a little sports ball. Ant-Man. We previewed the trailer last week.
Yes.
So once requests from the chat. What did we think of? What did you guys think of because one thing we didn't give it our comic book rating last week. So the trailer was released last week, just before the show.
Play it so we can refresh our memories. Because
you want to do that? You want to replay it?
Let's do that. I mean,
you know what?
Did they have a new one come out too?
Nah, not. I think.
Or is that just the newest one?
The newest one?
Oh, there is. It looks like there is one. Marvel Studios Ant-Man and it looks like there was another one that just came out. It looks like this is more of a TV trailer. Hold on.
Yeah, play the newest one because I last night I was in a loop of I watched like 20 trailers in a row, all the new 2023 trailers, and there was a different one, which was like a real serious one. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, let's see. I think this is it. This is the new one right here, and I think this is what Misso was talking about. Let's take a look here.
It's 1 minute.
Yeah, it's more of a trailer or TV teaser.
It's okay. Breathe. We're going to get out of this. And we're going to go home.
This place, it isn't what you think. It's a cage. But we can help each other.
He's a monster. You cannot trust him.
I don't trust a man. But I know how it ends.
I don't care what he can do. He's not getting out.
But you thought you could win.
I don't have to win. We both just have to lose.
Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Experience it in 3D February 17th. Get tickets now.
Is he using a Shakespearean accent?
Yeah, I was gonna get into that. Like his accent was a little crazier right there, right? He did have that. He did have that delivery.
I don't know. It
Major.
just reminds me of Don Cheadle's English accent in Ocean's 11.
Oh God, that accent. No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Oh, you think you can win? I don't think it's that bad. I was kind of meh until this new one. The actor playing King is growing up. Oh yeah, Jonathan Majors is amazing. Miss
Oh, actually, Jonathan Majors did this great promo in the beginning of yesterday's. Was it yesterday? No, Sunday's football game for Fox. It was like a really good I guess pep talk.
Oh really?
It was dope, man. I was like, man, I want to go play for that guy.
Yeah, no, Jonathan. He's a Cali boy, so he has no. He's West Coast accent. I think he crafted it a little bit for this role, which I'm glad about. I mean, why not?
Where's he from? You say he's from Cali.
No,
No, I mean,
world, like, do you want to have like a different accent, right? And that would work because not a lot of actors do that, or at least all the Marvel movies that we had is mostly people with English accents. Or
did Brolin put on a little? I think Brolin put on a little bit of an accent, though.
No, I don't think he did.
A little bit. It wasn't just his straight voice.
Oh, it
was kind of like a Tony. It was kind of like a Tony Soprano. Like James Gandolfini. His real voice was kind of whiny.
For Thanos or for Cable?
Thanos.
Yeah,
I thought he went. Well, the delivery.
There's a cadence to it.
Yeah. Exactly. I was gonna say the delivery for Thanos was definitely
cadence. Yeah, probably more cadence than accent. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
our friend James. He's in the house.
It's not like he was talking like the way he was in the Goonies, but that was young Brolin.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the Goonies house sold this last week.
Oh, what? It did?
Right.
Bro, how much did you buy it for?
$1.6 million or something.
So the question is, because that house is sold for $1.6 million, are all the houses around there valued at about that much?
I don't know if that much, but it will bring them up a bit for sure.
Just a bit. I like that. They'll bring them up a bit.
I mean,
I'm all talking over here like
was in the movie.
That's the Goonies house, man.
And the guy who bought it has like the coolest name ever. It's like his name's like Bayman or something, like a really cool name.
Not like,
but he's a crypto bro, which I don't know if that means anything.
Ooh.
Well, hold on, man. Crypto's a real thing to some people. They're buying $1.6 billion homes. So
yeah, it's real. But he is he got in Bitcoin in 2012, so that's where he got all his.
Yeah, I mean,
buy property than Bitcoin. At least property.
Look, James say he loved the trailer, but he's not a fan of the face. But the armor and suit look great. Man, he's saying that Jonathan Majors is ugly, is what he said. That's crazy. Do you guys need me to lurk the minute I show up? 2 folks left side. No.
Those are porn bots. Don't worry, Miss.
Yeah. Exactly. That's not what we you stick around, Miss.
We love a lot of feedback from Miss.
So so are you guys excited for Ant-Man? And here's the thing, this is another MCU movie where we're not excited for the main character. It sounds a lot more like we're excited for the villain this time around. I'm starting to piece together. It sounds like Kang was trapped in the quantum realm. Trapped. Now it raises the question of how did he get there? What happened? Who trapped him there? Are we going to get all the answers in this?
No, this is to jump off this phase 5. And then this is the excitement. He's talking about what's going to go on phase 5. Okay.
Do you think that we're going to get more answers as to why he's there in Loki? Because Loki was supposed to be the precursor to Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. It was supposed to lead.
The one who remains is another variant. It's the weaker version of the Kang that will be introduced to in Ant-Man.
Allow me to correct myself. He wasn't making fun, or he wasn't speaking ill of Jonathan Majors. He was speaking ill of MODOK. And then we found out that that's Yellow Jacket. So this is where we get answers here on this one. So we're going to get a lot of answers, but are we going to get enough answers? Or, because obviously he's going to escape the quantum realm. And now we're going to understand.
Better than none.
See see, like it's starting to make me interested as to like why he's there. Who put him there, and why does he? Why are all these buildings being built? Like now I'm questioning more the quantum realm and why King is there as opposed to like another Ant-Man movie. So
Well, remember that little locker room scene in Men in Black at the end where it's a whole new world, all different tiny world in the locker room.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like that in the quantum realm. Like there's universes within universes and mini worlds and within big worlds. Just like your internal organs has these cells and you're this one
Yeah.
big organism.
Yeah, James again. Anything Majors does I watch, I haven't been let down from his acting and roles yet. Okay, cool. Because I did like him in Loki. I thought he was a fantastic
What about
addition.
that Navy movie that he did?
I don't know this man well enough to say I've seen a lot of his stuff. For sure, because he's in the MCU, it makes me want to see him in Creed 3.
Oh yes,
You
that
know?
looks great.
But I never watched Lovecraft Country, which I know you're a big fan of, Luke, right?
I loved Lovecraft Country. Only one season, sadly, but that was super weird and creepy and cool.
Yeah, that's another thing Miss So brought up right there. Everyone's been asking online, how are they able to breathe oxygen if they're smaller than an oxygen molecule? And I guess we're going to get answers, or it's one of those things where we're asking about oxygen molecules in a movie where a family shrinks. So, I mean, it goes hand in hand.
The neutrons plus the protons.
It could be a universe, within the oxygen molecule itself.
Yeah.
Ah, see. But where's the food? So, all right. So overall,
earlier was Devotion with the one that playing
So overall, what did you guys think of that newest trailer that came out not too long ago? The one that we just watched.
I do 9.4.
9.4 comic book
Looks
rating on
great.
9.4. Red.
9.2.
What about you? 9.2.
9.2.
You know what? If I could give it a 9.3, I would. But yeah, I'm like 9.2, 9.4 also. All it did is just rehash exactly what we've already seen, right? But it's making me question. The more I'm seeing the trailers, the more questions I have. So it's not really like I'm seeing
streamlined the longer trailer. It's just the same stuff, and then they're dragging there by Cassie doing another playing around with the quantum realm.
Aggressively relaxing in the house. What's up? I'm eating cake out of the fridge. Eman looks. I think he means Ant-Man looks awesome. Look, man. Eman looks awesome eating cake out of a refrigerator. Also, okay, just don't sell yourself short there aggressively. Science.
Ice cream cake, then perfect. Wow,
ice cream cake for sure.
Especially lactose intolerance.
Red spilling the beans over here. I love cake, makes me shit.
I love milk and ice cream, but damn it makes you poop.
So Red, there was something that you wanted to bring up earlier. Something that you wanted to talk to us about. As far as there's we have The Last of Us, right? The Last of Us is a video game that turned into a TV show. It's a fantastic show, even though it's only one episode. I can't really say that, but I'm just going to say it's a fantastic show. But going into that, what, in your opinion, and I believe this is the question that you asked, is what TV shows or movies should be transferred over into comics?
Yeah.
What would you like to see in the comic?
I did put out this question.
Yeah. So for me, it's this too. Like Big Trouble in Little China is an 80s classic, right? It's an absolute stunner of a movie, 80s, over the top. Oh, Jack Burton,
Yeah, which they did turn into a comic book form.
And then the comic on Boom, right? And the comic itself, like I read, I want to say like 10 issues of that comic. No joke, super entertaining. I didn't follow through with it. But though I didn't see it as a comic, I felt like it actually worked well as a comic. So,
right.
So what do you think? What would be a great TV show or movie to either continue on or turn into a comic?
For me, it'd be Breaking Bad.
Oh, but it ended. Like, do you think that there's more?
There was a lot of in between stories. We can get stories about Mike Ehrmantraut or Asax Raider, and then even the stuff like for Gus Fring in Cuba or wherever he came from.
Badger,
yeah. Badger's
Badger.
Well, what did you say? Did you getting maybe Mike's background? Because Mike was a badass character in Breaking
Mike
Bad.
Ehrmantraut, being the cop.
Yeah,
Having
there's more to him. So Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Look, James.
It seems like with Mike Ehrmantraut, his story would probably be the same as like the Departed, as like good cop going crooked. His Breaking Bad.
Miss So's growing impatient. She wants the movie now. She wants the Spawn movie. So there's just too many things going on. Westworld, I think, is a fantastic choice there, James. I enjoy the shit out of the first season. The second season was good. It got me wondering. Third season was a little weird. I didn't get to watch. I don't think the fourth season. I didn't watch the fourth season, but I think expanding this property into comics could probably bode well. I think it could find a new life in comics if they do it well. Mm-hmm. Oat Studios One Shot Books. I don't know what that is. You know what that is?
Nope, never heard of it.
Well, James thought that it was important enough for him to say, I don't like TV shows that turn into comics. They just don't adapt the opposite way as well to me. And I get it. You are absolutely right, Miss. So we've seen too many comic books turn to something, too many video games turn into movies. We've seen this not bode well. Look at the Transformers. The first one was fun, but after that, it was kind of garbage, right?
Oh yeah, look at Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Going back to last week's conversation, Street Fighter, right? It didn't translate well. Mortal Kombat was actually pretty good. I probably put that as one of the better like video game adaptations. But at the end of the day, like we're talking about video games turning into movies. What movies or shows would bode well or can continue on with the life in comic books? And I'm with James though, man. James had a really good one with Westworld.
Is it done with a lot of the WB shows too, like Smallville, both the Vampire Slayer, Angel? They all because of who was the director again?
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. That they,
you know what?
For it.
You're right. So Firefly. All the Joss Whedon stuff. You're right. Joss Whedon stuff like Firefly, Buffy, and Angel turned into comics, and they actually did pretty well. They were actually pretty decent stories. Tales of Sneaky Pete.
Yeah, Sneaky Pete.
Herbs throws this one out. This bombshell of a show, The Wire. I think AJ might agree with this one right here.
The Wire. Yeah, I would think so too. But I think more Entourage and The Sopranos comic book.
How sleazy would the Entourage comic would be though? Like, can you imagine how how sleazy that one would be? I think AJ would agree with this.
It'll be a great read.
Transformers was a comic book first, wasn't it? Actually, they were toys first, Miss. So they were toys, and I want to say the TV show and the comic were aligned, but they were separate universes right there. That toy, like the biggest disappointment of 2022 in comics was The Mandalorian was a retelling of the show's events. Oh, is that all it was? Like, I was hoping that I thought it was the Mandalorian comic. It was just like going off in a different. Well, that sucks.
This is just a comic book adaptation of it.
Yeah, it's adaptation. Same with Force, the sequel.
The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I mean, then you finally get a first appearance of Din Djarin, Grogu.
They were just pushing product, I think, at that point.
Yeah. That way, at least people already have. They say, I have the first appearance of this guy.
What about you, Luke? What do you think? What TV show or movie should be translated to comics? What are some of your favorites?
I'm kind of on the boat of it works the other way. It doesn't work well coming back around that way too much. I've never seen it being able to pull off great.
Well, think of it this way. There have been many TV shows that have just canceled. They're like, yeah, we just can't continue the show anymore. It's a wrap, but there's just more story to tell. Like, look at in the event of Firefly, right? Honestly, Firefly, the first season was a fantastic TV show, but they never continued that on. Like, what the shit, dude? This one was good. What happened? And in the
80s, we had the expanded universe of Star Trek and Star Wars in graphic novels or just regular print. So we can expand the universe more with the actual property on print.
So I stand corrected. She's the Star Wars, Aliens, and Predator comic series over the years have been pretty. Yeah, and those were translated from movie to comics Very true. Very true. For me, man, there's a lot of choices. I'm just really thinking about like what was canceled that I really enjoyed that we could probably watch in comic book form.
Debbie does else.
Shut up, Brett. Oh my god, no. You know, and I'm just picking this one out of thin air. This isn't like my first choice or anything, but one that I can think of, even though we have a solid anime based on it, I kind of did like the live adaptation. I know that I'm gonna be like in the bottom half of the people who enjoyed it, but I did like the live action version of Cowboy Bebop, and I wouldn't mind, you know, seeing that as a comic continuing on with keeping like, you know, some of the story from the anime, but maybe turning it a little bit differently because I felt like that story that they were telling in the movie or in the TV show, I'm sorry, in the TV show, I felt like that could have actually translated well into a comic, into reading form like that.
I thought there was a manga.
There's a manga for sure, yes, but manga and comic book, they do read differently. You know, there's different tones.
Did you suddenly correct me when I said manga and you said manga?
I did. I wasn't trying to point it out. I said, you say tomato, I say tomato. What's that stupid song that Venom was singing? You say tomato, I say tomato. James. See, look like James knows. See, James knows.
James knows. Right, go.
James on my side with this right here. Cowboy Bebop would have been cool, you know. You know what? I'm gonna shut up because there is a comic book. Oh no, but it's the TV adaptation of the or it's a comic book, but it's an adaptation from the TV show. So, but continuing on that story as opposed to just like rehashing what happened in the TV show. That I would probably want that instead. You know.
You know what? Have you guys ever seen the show The Leftovers? I think it was HBO. It was like maybe like 5 years ago.
Leftovers? No, what's that?
It had Justin Theroux as the star. It was like
Jennifer Aniston.
It was like a certain portion of the world vanished all of a sudden. It was like a percentage, like 5% maybe.
Is it Justin Theroux, the Prime Minister of Canada? I'm lost.
Just Justin Trudeau.
That's true.
Justin Theroux is the guy
that you know what? Thank you guys. I just looked it up right now. Thank you guys.
For
years, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Justin Theroux and Jennifer Aniston," and for years I was like, "She dated the Prime Minister of Canada."
You know what? They kind of look alike too. Justin Trudeau and Justin Theroux, they kind of look alike.
I'm looking at pictures right now. Justin Theroux looks more like a combination of like Colin Farrell and who's the guy that married Fergie from the Transformer movies?
Oh yeah, I know.
Josh Duhamel?
Yeah, there you go. Josh Duhamel, isn't it? Whatever. I'm not going to correct you anymore. I'm going to sure. I'm gonna believe you, Red.
So,
oh, The Expanse. You're right, Miss A. But that's a lot of sci-fi in that one too, Miss O. Expanse was actually a pretty good TV show too, and that one ended kind of just like, but it had a lot of heart too. That's a good one. I don't know. Now I'm wondering, was The Expanse a comic? The Expanse comic,
like the first season of Heroes.
I was thinking Heroes too.
Yeah, it went in the comic form. I just never read the comic books, but the first 2 seasons was great. And after the writer's strike, the whole series,
oh, dude,
bomb.
That shit fell so much apart. Hey, Miss O, so I just looked it up. There is an Expanse comic, and it happens between season 4 and season 5. So there is an Expanse comic. That one, that show was pretty fun too. That wasn't too bad. I was kind of digging that. Yeah. Well, speaking of bad transition here, so let's go ahead and go into what Luke was talking about.
Yeah, wait, what a segue to that.
What a segue, right?
Push it out. There you go.
So what do we got next? Let's get that one out of the way right there. Let's go ahead and mark these boxes right here. Luke earlier was like, "Hey, man, let's talk about some 2023 comic predictions. What is coming out in 2023 that we're hoping are going to hit? Are we specking, or are we talking about like what's going to be a good read? Because I honestly I'm really behind on my comics as of right now. I'm still trying to catch up on reading a lot of my books. I just finished The Nice House on the Lake, which came out like two months ago. I wasn't a fan. I didn't like how it ended, but a lot of people were like, it actually ended pretty well. Go back and read it. So I'm probably gonna have to give that one another chance. But Luke, talk to us.
Man, so I was in the rabbit hole of trailers last night, and I put YouTube on the big TV, and like there's this channel of only trailers, and it just kept playing them back to back and back. But Into the Spider-Verse, the new trailer played, and there were like 30 Spider-Man versions in a few scenes.
Yeah,
like all the different I'm like, holy cow.
Not all the variants, but
but are they variants? I mean, like Spider-Man Noir wasn't a Peter Parker, was he? And the anime robot Spider-Man wasn't a version.
There's Spider-Gwen.
Well, she's a variant of Spider of Gwen Stacy with Spider-Man's powers. You know, are we going to call her a variant? Well, she is a variant, I guess.
Yeah, a variant from a different Earth. Yeah.
So whoever has the Spider-Man powers is the variant of the Spider-Man. We're not talking about the variant of Peter Parker.
Dimensional. Look at that, James. Dimensional variants. Oh, okay. So what about all the Spider-Man there, Luke?
So many to speculate on. There was like a green one. It's like there's a green Spider-Man. I didn't even know that.
A lot of those.
That was the new suit in like the upper issues, like around the 800 issues. I forgot what the suit was called.
I know some of those suits came from the PlayStation 4 game, and there was in the PlayStation 4 game there was like I want to say there was 25 suits, probably even more, that gave Peter just different powers, you know, related to the Spider-Man, you know, mythos or whatever. And some of those suits looked familiar to me because they did look like they came out of the game. But some of these suits did come from the comics. And are you thinking that some of these comics, first appearance of some of these suits may be hidden?
I'm not sure. Yeah. So it might be interesting to go through and like, you know, try and pull some of these out. Maybe people missed.
Yeah, I think that the Spider Killer storyline produced a lot of the variants. So those are probably the prime books to get. Hopefully there's a Spider-Man that shoots web out of his ass. You know,
of course you would say that. Of course, Fred.
Of course. Well, that was the Peach Momoko. Her first Spider-Man cover had webs shooting out of his ass.
Really?
Really? Look, now Red's gonna have to go look. Red's gonna be like, oh,
I'm not kidding either.
I love Peach.
It's probably worth about $200.
We all made fun of it because it was the ass shooter.
Ash Shooter Spider-Man by Peach Momoko. Okay, I'm like,
oh man, that sounds classy. That sounds
Spider-Man
classy,
Peach Momoko.
Red is just so wise. Sauce brings up Spider Pig. What's going on, Sauce? Thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for hanging out with the Spider Pig.
Spider Pig.
Here's my question. You know, I don't think it hit hard when it first dropped, and I don't think you know, this is just me. I don't see this one as being a hitter. But do you think Spider-Man 2099's first appearance is gonna hit hard? Do you think that one's gonna? But it came out in the 90s, and I'm pretty sure there was like a million copies floating around, right?
Yeah,
so many.
Yeah, but
many.
Are they pristine? I don't know. So, how much are they going for right now?
Yeah, look it up. Let us know. What are the?
Hold on. I gotta show this real quick. I gotta show the. Okay, here we go. So many. There we go.
Oh my God! It does look like it's.
Oh, I do have that book. Okay, yeah.
Oh
yes, it's centered perfectly on the rump.
That is so inappropriate, Peach. I wonder if she's gotten like any flag for that one right there. Yeah, it does not look. Kid
It was
friendly.
her very first Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man cover. She did a Double Trouble one before that with Venom and Spider-Man.
Double trouble.
But
That is hilarious. That looks terrible. Peach, what were you thinking?
no, she's fine. No, Spider-Man 2099's first appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 365. No.
But what if he becomes that big of an antagonist though? Here's my question. What if this guy, I don't know what his real name is. I keep forgetting what his alter ego is. But he seems pretty, he seems to be able to carry whatever role he's playing in the Spider-Verse trailers. So I feel like
he's
he's
gonna be a Venom type of thing, anti-hero, and then he comes back around and
do you honestly
he's gonna be he's an anti-hero. He's not a villain.
Oh, I didn't know Oscar Isaac was voicing 2099. That's actually pretty dope. You know what?
We're thinking we're gonna just center around 5 characters in that movie. Every other Spider-Man is just not gonna get their shine. They're just gonna have screen time. That's it.
They're just gonna be there just to be there.
Yeah.
Peter B. Parker, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, 2099, and Peter Porker.
Wait, you think he's gonna have that big of a role? You don't think like Noir and
the last one?
Was it Noir and was the other one? Peter?
Yeah, Spider-Man Noir. Yeah, that's Nick Cage though.
Yeah,
I like they booked them for that.
But what's the spider, the anime one, the robot and the girl?
Spitter.
And isn't there one more? Wasn't there like one more?
And then Penny.
There you go. Penny, there you go. Yeah. She was that because in Spitter, isn't that like the essence of her dad? And that's why they have like a bond. Some crazy anime style storyline with that one.
Yeah, and I think that was all part of that whole Spider Killer storyline. That's where a bunch of the Spider-Man just popped out.
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely, that's whatever book you could spec or out for that before that movie comes out. I mean, there's a good pickup. But I don't know how much it's gonna bump up.
But is that one for the collection? Like, is that one for the 2099 fans, or is that one for anyone who likes to collect? Or is it just a good read?
The Spider Killer storyline is a great read. It's a great read because then you're experiencing like, well, how all these other Spider-Men are dying, and they find out why. So it's this whole group, just like the the bad guys in the X-Men, the like Hellfire Club. Killing off X-Men, so it's like that version killing off Spider-Man in every universe.
Oh, I like how Luke just got up and walked around, and I was really thinking that he was going to pull out like a 365. Like, look, I got 14 of them here.
My puppy just starts scratching on the back door.
Oh, I got the puppy.
Hey, Brea.
What's going on, Brea?
She always comes around the house to the back door when I'm out here, and she wants to say hi to everybody. Oh yeah. Say hi to everybody.
He's the puppy. I like it. The white 2099 Toy Biz has held its value pretty well. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's hard to predict what's going to hit every year. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right. So it really is hard to predict what's going to hit every year. It's one of those things where you just kind of have to see what's coming out, and like it's kind of like that day you have to pick it up, right? Is it going to be good? Is it not going to be good?
Yeah, we haven't seen the previews book since my last time at the LCS, so
Oh, that's another one actually. The previews with 2099 is even harder to find.
What, really? Oh, well, I mean,
from the 90s, they you remember the big thick previews? They printed 2099 on the like opposite cover or something because they did double-sided. That one's tough to find.
Now I want to know what you're talking about. Thank you.
Here, I'll show you.
You got it?
Yeah, this one right here.
Oh, first cover image of Spider-Man
2099. Man, $40. Where are they coming up with these prices?
I don't know. It's great for like looking at catalogs or cataloging through the stuff. I don't know about the pricing on
do you guys actually believe Key Collector? I mean,
not the prices. No, it's good to it's good for the information on the notes.
So between Key Collector and Previews, do they work together or like hand in hand, or would one person choose one over the other?
No, previous is just the actual solicitation for upcoming.
Yeah, just to buy for stores.
Key
Key
collectors for
itself is
spec.
just the database of all keys. It's still building. The guy Dave was his name.
Nick.
Nick. He's still building up that database because remember when they're just first starting out, they
Gotcha.
had some keys for new orders, and you just text and email him all the stuff that you missed. Then they add it to the database.
I used to send him. We used to message every now and again. I don't message anymore.
I know you were trying to get him on the show too at once, and I was like, I don't know. I like it wasn't like an I don't know if that's good for business. It was more just I don't know anything.
Created a useful app for collecting crowd. That's whether it's good or bad for the collecting. I don't know.
Gotcha. So did you guys what did you guys do over the weekend?
I watched The Last of Us.
No way. Did you really?
That
What
was
about you, Ray?
everyone watched The Last of Us.
Not me. I forgot about it. That was football.
Well, since Luke brought it up, I guess we're gonna have to talk about The Last of Us. We won't.
Spoilers.
Okay,
I'll watch it anyway.
So here's
No,
the
there's
thing.
no spoilers. It's the video game. It was
here's
almost
the
a
thing,
1-1.
I never played the game.
Yeah. So technically, there's no spoilers when it comes down to The Last of Us for people who played the game. There was some ideas changed in the show right off the bat. Overall, I thought it was a fantastically acted, fantastically casted show so far. Yes, episode 1. Yes, everyone's gonna be, oh yeah, how can you tell a show is gonna be great based off of the first episode? Well, I'm gonna tell you why for people who are wondering if this show is gonna be good or not. Episode 1 added to an already good first arc of what the video game was. No joke when I say that it was almost toe to toe with how the video game is. I played that game a few times. Rarely do I go back and play a video game. And The Last of Us is one of the few video games that I played several times. And seeing what happened in the first episode, honestly, for people who watched it, I did cry. I cried again. I did cry because of what happened. So if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. Like this reliving.
Why did you cry? What was the scene that made you cry?
Don't spoil it.
You're gonna have to watch it. You're gonna have to watch it. Let's just say this is a very touching moment as a father. Hint.
Oh,
okay. So it's not like 28 days later or 28 weeks later where
yeah, it's kind of like that.
The guy left his wife and he ran and her face was like out the window waiting to get attacked by zombies. Nothing like that.
Okay.
The wife's already dead in this one.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, the Pedro Pascal's accent. What did you think of it, Luke?
Well, that's his real accent, isn't it?
No. I think he put a little bit of that Texas twang in there. I don't want to call it a twang. No disrespect.
I know
to
he's
Texas,
from Argentina, but he's lived in America so long. I never know.
Wait, he did have a Texas accent on Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
And he does have a little bit of that delivery with the Mandalorian also, so
because I think he grew up in Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
He's from Chile. That's one thing.
Oh, Chile, yeah.
And the Mandalorian is a Western.
Yeah.
But when did he move here? Because he was, I don't know if he was an adult or if he was super young. I remember I read about it like in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
When he was the Viper, I was totally obsessed with him.
Oh yeah. The Prince of Dorne. He was born in 1975. It was in 1993 when he moved to New York. So
he was 18.
Yeah, he would not have carried over the, in Equalizer 2, he speaks clear English. So like for me, I hear the Latino accent. I hear his Chilean accent, but I also hear his Texas accent in it, and I kind of like it. Like it's for me, it's some getting used to. But if I think about what the demographic in Texas is, it is a mixture of Latino and Texas, right? That
Right.
was
It's
one
Tex-
time. Yeah, that brand right there. So it's growing on me. His acting though, his acting in the show, Red, outstanding. You're actually feeling his decision making in this show. And yes, though it's a zombie
He
type,
wasn't the star of the first episode, though, in
No.
my opinion.
no.
That was the daughter.
Was it Liana Ramsey?
Nico Parker. Is that her name?
Oh yeah. Sarah. Oh my god.
She was my favorite. I fell in love with her. I was like, she could be my daughter. Ah! I felt like she was.
And that's how I took it too. Like when I first played the game, I was like, oh, she
Well,
looks
and
like
she was
she's
a little
Ariston.
older than the. I felt like she was like a sophomore, junior in high school, right?
No, I felt like she was 12, 13. I felt she was middle
No.
school.
No. She was definitely in high school.
I felt more like middle school myself.
She was because she was in like the high school class.
So let me get it. Let me start. Well, not start, but we're talking about it. But the nice way, what I liked about the show is that it gave you a nice heads up as to what we're going to be in store for. So like, there's this TV interview in the 60s with all these scientists, about, could zombies pretty much happen? And
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was really, really cool. And then there was one scientist who's like, hey, look, there's fungus out there. There's fungi out there. And though that fungus can't live over a host, over a certain amount of temperature, or, what if the world changes? What if the world's temperature goes up? What if the world's climate actually changes? These fungi have to adapt. There's fungi out there that's actually a zombie fungi where it'll infect certain insects, keeps them alive, and then after a while it just they put them on some kind of trance, like they're on mushrooms. They control them, and then they grow out of their head.
Man. The world's getting hotter.
Yep.
And human body temperature over the last 100 years is going down.
It's crazy.
The average human body temperature in the world right now, I think, is like 97.5 or something weird.
That's nuts.
Isn't that weird? And nobody knows why. It's like, why is our body temperature going down?
We're adapting.
Evolution, baby.
Everything has to change. Everything has to adapt. Miss So right here. Like, I guess Spawn's technically kind of a zombie. I'm a hypocrite. Forgive me, gents.
Yeah, he's a demon.
He's a demon. Yeah, I don't think he's a zombie because he has control over his mind, body, and soul.
Vampires
No, not soul.
Vampires
not soul. But the way the show starts was fantastic. The background they gave behind Sarah, Joel's daughter, was fantastic, and then the events that led towards the climax of the episode were fantastic, and then the after effects. Like I thought it was handled well. As the gamer, as a person who's actually played the game and have high expectations for adaptations, which is what we were talking about earlier, they're doing a good job. They've done a good job already with episode 1, and I'm hoping that they continue on, because there's a lot of things that happen in the game that I'm like, I need to see this happen. I need to see that happen.
Do you recommend for somebody who doesn't have no experience with it to play the game first before watching it?
No.
Okay.
No. So far, I don't think there's a reason for people who haven't played the game to play the game to watch this show.
Yeah,
I think and I believe that this show is going to carry the exact essence of what the video game really is and give it to you in show form.
Totally.
And I have high hopes that this is going to probably be the greatest video game adaptation ever created.
Okay, because I have no patience to play video games right now, so I'll just go watch the show.
Yeah. And here's the funny thing. The show, I think, is 8 episodes, 1 hour long. When you tie all that up, that's 8 hours, 9 hours worth of TV watching. The game itself is a 25-30 hour game.
Yeah, there's an easy 2-3 seasons in the first game.
Yeah,
and then 2-3 seasons second game. I mean, there's a decade of TV right here already.
There really is. If they break this down accordingly and break it up into the different acts in the game, because I want to say there were 3 acts in the game. I'm hoping that they don't tie everything into season 1, because technically there's only 2 games. I'm really hoping that this stretches out for 3 seasons because of game, and then game 2 gives us
You
even
don't
more.
want The Walking Dead to happen to this one as far as like going off script and expanding the universe. You just want to contain within the 2 games.
Yeah, I think with this one, there's no need to expand this universe. And the only reason why I'm even saying it is because the storytelling and the writing in the game were so good, outstanding, top 5 video game, top 10 video game of all time, for sure. Based off of the voice acting, based off of the script, based off of the story itself, and we always complain. People who are like, dude, how can you fuck this up? You have this movie, you have Black Adam. How do you fuck it up? There's so much material out there. There's so much material. How can you mess up this TV show, this movie? You know,
Well, maybe
they have it with this one.
The amount of material out there for comic book properties is because of the reason why it's kind of screwy sometimes is because of the wealth of material that you have. Like, how do you make it to an amalgamation of all the ideas, or do you want to concentrate on one storyline?
Concentrate on the one storyline, because Miss So is asking, so what makes The Last of Us a game unique compared to the other zombie games or even The Walking Dead? Well, in this one right here, we have an idea as how to end it, whereas with The Walking Dead, it was kind of like, there's a zombie apocalypse, how do you survive it? This one is more along the lines of, there is an ending if we can get there.
Yeah,
there
right.
is a journey if we can get there.
The shows did start within the last 3rd or 4th arc in The Walking Dead before it ended. So the ending for it wasn't established yet until not just too long ago, at least 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
It's true.
And then look at Game of Thrones, right? They had to like completely change the ending because the property wasn't out. In this case, because there's a video game that's out where that actually tells the story, it's going to, and if they're going to stick to it, they have a solid piece of property. Now, of course, you're going to make changes so that it changes, either for this time or for TV constraints or whatever. But from what I've read in the reviews, people who've actually seen the full season, it's the game. And so many times have us fans of any kind of geekdom, how many times have we complained about a certain property that we see and we're like, how do you mess this up? You have the material there.
I mean, not all of us have complained, but the complaint is daily.
Yeah, that's the major complaint of a lot of these properties transferring over, is how do you mess this up when you have the material? Well, in this case, it's one of those things where they have the material, they're sticking to the source material, and they're doing a good adaptation of it. Yes, you're not going to get the grind. Yes, you're not going to get a 40-hour TV show because you don't have to build your skill level up and learn how to make certain tools to survive the video game itself. But you're going to see something like that in the TV show.
What's this butt sex scene that Herbs is talking about?
Doesn't it have a what? What are you talking about, Herbs? I don't know what he's talking about.
Here, never played it, but I recall a backlash for a sex scene.
I know in The Last of Us 2 there was a hinted at sex scene between the 2 females in a video game.
Yes.
Just saying. And honestly, the way it was handled, I was like, it didn't bother me, but it was a little weird too at the same time, because you see this young girl that you've grown to play, and then she's turning into this young woman and she's got feelings, and you're like, dude, you're not little Ellie anymore. You're a much more grown up kid now. And it's like, it was a little awkward, to be honest with you.
Let her explore her age.
Yeah, it was one of those things where, dude, like in the game, I think she was like 18 or 19 in The Last of Us 2, but like in the first game, she was like 13, 14. So it's like, hey, wait, hold on, you're a kid. Oh no, you actually grew up. So
boy, watch.
True.
No, I don't have a copy of the comic. What about you, Luke? Do you have The Last of Us? Because I think a lot of people are actually after that right now.
I sold mine to Luther.
So yeah, there was some controversy. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it was 2 females. Yeah, in the second game.
Luther, if you're listening, I sold that to you I think I sold it to him for $2.
How much is it going for now? Now I want to know.
I had it in a $2 box and I was flipping through it, and Luther's like, I'll take that one, and I honored it.
Oh, son of a bitch, dude. It's like $20, $30. The Last of Us American Dreams. I don't know if this is like, it's a Dark Horse book. Yeah, it's based off.
There's action in the game. It's not like the hot coffee. I guess.
Oh, hot coffee in Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. That was that was some kind of hacker mod, and yeah, that. Oops, I didn't know that was in there. Hot coffee. Going back to The Last of Us, Luke. The first episode without spoiling, thoughts
of Last of Us?
Yeah.
Oh, a comic grading scale?
No. Just we're not gonna grade it just yet. But what are your thoughts about the first show? The first show? I ramble. I know. I'm sorry. I ramble. But go ahead, Luke. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, having already played the game, it felt a little bit like a rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was really good, but I'm really excited to get into it now. It like got me so excited. So like it was like, oh, this is so good. It felt, but it felt kind of like rewatching it. So now that they're out of the city, the adventure begins. I'm ready.
Yeah. Red, watch it. Don't go into it thinking that, don't compare it to Walking Dead. That's how you're gonna fail.
I'm a fan of the zombie genre, so yeah. I will watch anything.
It's nice because it gives a different take to it.
It's still like plants. Yeah, it's like a plant inside of you that.
Because in the game, it's spores, and spores come from fungus. So they're doing it slightly differently. And with the explanation at the beginning of the show, it was nice because it felt like that was the explanation that they wanted to give in the game that we didn't get. That's why I really enjoyed like those first like 6 or 7 minutes when they were interviewing those scientists in the 60s. Yeah, and I felt like that was I don't feel like it was a missing piece, but it was definitely a welcome piece of information to set the tone or the mood for the show.
Yes.
Is it the same spores that came out of the fungus in G.I. Joe the movie and the gave Cobra Commander all those eyes?
Oh man, that's
no,
right.
It's like it's like the ants, the one that goes on the ants.
Hold on. I think you're kind of onto something. Yes, think of it that way, but it's not going to turn you into like the snake that Cobra Commander turned into. But same idea.
I will.
Same idea.
So when we get our booth set up at Comic-Con and we get everybody's profiles together, we'll put your profile in there. We'll try to set you up with the special someone.
Yes.
At San Diego Comic-Con.
We still one of these days we're gonna that is a definite C-list villain goal right there, is to have like
dating booth.
Yes. Yes. All nerds welcome. Come and meet your future possible, and let's see how it goes. Definitely something we want to try. The C-list villain speed dating. C-list speed dating.
Well,
I'll moderate.
It'll probably become an app before the booth, but
Rachel and I will come and moderate.
Yes. Married couples or couples are
and wait for Red just to let the inappropriateness happen. Just like, oh, wait, you're a girl and you're a girl.
She's the one doing scissor emojis.
I want to. You know what, Red? I want you to go on a reality dating show because I want to see you interact on a date.
You don't want to see him interact with women.
No, that's what that's my.
It's like
2023.
It's like what's that one show? The one where they eat gross stuff. Fear Factor. Fear Factor / dating show for me.
I'd want to go out with you, but first you need to eat this balut. Like, how far will you go with the balut?
Eat this horse penis.
I will only consider you if you do. Oh God, that'd be so.
How many Costco hot dogs can you eat?
Oh my God, Luke. Before this thing goes off the rails, Luke. Okay, comic book rating. Last of Us. What did you think?
9.8, easy.
Yeah,
it's perfect for me. There's nothing wrong.
Yes,
nothing.
But this is also looking at it through the eyes of two people who played a beloved video game and we can't confirm that the game is that good, storytelling wise.
The game's a perfect 10. I mean,
yes.
The only reason why I'm not giving the first episode a 10 is because I I got to see. I'm still just like ready to get into it.
But
yeah,
Ellie,
It's a relationship, right? Like you hope you go through this honeymoon phase of like everything's all great, but you want to make sure it plays out well, or you might end up for disappointment at the end, right? That's what it is.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'm going to be disappointed though. I mean, all these actors and these are people I adore.
Yeah.
Bella Ramsey, you know, Pedro Pascal, yeah. Especially Pedro Pascal. He can do no wrong right now. That guy's got to just be like loving these paychecks right now, just like one after the other.
Did he transition back and forth between the Star Wars lot and the HBO lot to do both?
Oh,
I'm wondering. I'm pretty sure
imagine?
he had to. Yeah, that's a lot of work. And then
he's not in the suit the whole time for the Mandalorian, so he's just doing the voice of Din Djarin.
Let's do Mandalorian next week. I just got a text. I got called into the sub. I'm a sub tomorrow morning, so I've got to bail, guys.
All right,
No worries.
Let's do the Mandalorian next week.
Okay, next week we'll talk Mandalorian. We'll talk the Mandalorian trailer with AJ because we do need him here. All right, we'll go ahead.
Looks like they're asking us to check out the Velma one too.
I know, and Velma.
No,
I'll watch Velma just because everyone's talking about it.
I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna
watch it. I like Kate. I like
Mindy Kaling?
What's her name? Mindy
Kaling. Yeah. I could care less about the Velma show. Like I just not interested. So Luke, what's going on with you in RKFA? What's going on with the sales?
I'm taking a little break right now. I'm taking a couple weeks to inventory and resupply, and January's slow. It's a slow month. So
Gotcha. So how can they find you on the social medias, Luke?
You're gonna have to just guess.
All right.
He wants to go. He has to go.
He's got to go. Yeah, we'll let him go. All right, you guys. Thanks to everyone for coming by and hanging out. Thanks to the chat. Until the next issue.
Am I supposed to?
Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at sealessvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail